Welcome to Financially Savvy in 20 Minutes, a podcast hosted by me, Natalie Torres-Haddad, an international award-winning author, two-time TEDx speaker, and investor, along with Vira Egley, an investor, sales, and marketing pro, and multi-language podcaster. We will share the tips and tricks from interviews with self-made entrepreneurs, leaders, and those who have attained financial freedom while learning financial literacy in multiple languages.
Hello, hello, shall I say? Trick or treat. Happy Thanksgiving, Indigenous Day, whatever you want to call it, or holidays just around the corner. Yes, the holiday season is officially here. I'm Natalie Torres Haddad here with the brilliant Vira Eagley. Hello.
Hi.
So we wanted to talk about holiday savings really or holiday shopping, right? Because most of us are already feeling it. You walk into the store. I just walked into a few stores last week, and I mean, even the hardware stores have everything every holiday up. So I want to ask you just right off the bat is what do you do to not only save some money during the holiday season if you buy certain things, and where do you, kind of how do you keep a track of those things so you're not in putting yourself more into debt for the end of the year?
I'm totally gonna sound like Ebenezer Scrooge or one of those like Crumpus. I don't know. Like I happen to be married to somebody who sees the holidays the same way I do, and we don't really celebrate them. We'll go to my mom's house or my family's house and maybe, I always make sure to get her something. So I get her flowers or something for the house. But for Halloween also, I used to be hardcore and get all dressed up, but then I realized like, why am I doing that? And it was really more like it's a social aspect that I needed. But then later I was like, I really just want to be home and stay cozy. So I gotta say that I don't ultimately celebrate it that much. I think where we spend our money during the holidays is really on food. So it's not so bad. I'm not spending on costumes, not mega spending on presents or I don't know, on Thanksgiving really, I like to cook vegetarian, so that's also not super expensive. And then I guess desserts, that's where I don't have savings. I kind of splurge on the desserts for the different dinners and events and like wine or champagne. So I guess it's more of an exception. I have to put out there that also, I mean, being sensitive obviously to people's feelings. I don't have children, so I'm not pouring money into costumes and decorations and all that stuff. So I think that also makes a big difference.
Oh, I agree. I agree. And it comes down to your values, right? Like what it is that you want to get out of it or for others. And I'm all about like, yeah, wherever you can save some money. And it's not about just being frugal, right? It's like for us, we love making our costumes. It's always out of cardboard usually. Like my husband and I try to be as creative as possible. And he does that. Like one year he was a kissing booth. One day
That
he
is
he had
great.
a he had a people's most beautiful people, and he put all these random magazine pictures, and his head was a cutout. So we tried, and we were the yin and the yang one year. So like we're always trying to figure out something different. But I'm all about making it, just because it's
Hmm.
a lot more fun and a lot more creative. And chances are someone else is not going to have your costume. Same thing for kids. I think one of the coolest things my cousins do all the time. I stopped doing it because I haven't really partied, but we swap costumes. So you have a bucket of whatever your old costumes from the year before, because you either donate them or you reuse them. And for me, I've used like the same costume 4 years, sometimes not in a row, but I switch them up. And just because they're fun costumes, I didn't have to spend money on. And if not, we donate the ones we're like, okay, we've used this a little too much, but
That's such a good idea though. It's almost like what do you call those parties? Remember we talked about
oh
that
yeah,
last
swap
year?
parties. Yeah,
Yeah,
swap
where you can
parties. Yeah.
swap costumes and stuff, or even swap Christmas decorations or whatever. Like
Yes.
there's so many things and so many ideas you can um really follow through on if you want to.
Oh
That's
yeah.
awesome.
The decoration part is perfect. My mom and I swap decorations.
You
Uh,
do?
yes, she
Oh,
actually she's like Miss Santa Claus. Like she definitely had a bunch of stuff. So a lot of my ornaments I got from her, or her and I were like frugal shoppers. So we actually are that person that is at, the holiday stores like the Michaels, Hobby Lobby, a few days after Christmas because the sales are insane. And even after New Year's, like you'll 5%. Um, Stuff for free. I always tell people I've gotten displays for free, just things because they're like the stores just want to get rid of it, right?
That's so true. That's really, like, one of the best tips you could give.
Yeah, so it's like don't spend the money places you don't need to. And a lot of people, actually just met someone recently. Heidi was telling me that she's like, oh, she bought her place, her new house, and now she wants to buy a tree. And I go, hold on, wait till after the new year to buy your tree because you could find it for super cheap. And people are trying to get rid of all their Christmas decor and half price, sometimes like 90% off. So those are kind of the fun things. But the
She
three
wants
things.
to buy, like, a tree that she like
Yeah,
the
like, like
artificial
the
trees.
artificial trees that
Yeah,
usually cost 500, like the
totally.
nice ones, at least 500. And I'm like, dude, you could get a really nice one for $100. We don't really do natural trees anymore because we have pets, and so we don't want them to
Yeah.
be inside.
I learned the hard way
Yeah,
once.
you could just get the scented candle that smells like pee, right? But the three things I always tell people is figure out a list. I do my list is make, bake, and buy. We have a huge family, tons of cousins, nieces, nephews, godchildren. I figure out what I can make, what I need to bake. Like you just said, you're a bake person, and then what I need to shop for. So um this year, we have also the white elephant, right? Which is just
Yeah.
where people like to exchange gifts. And so I like to make a basket of whether it's a theme like movie night or spa day or whatever the theme will be. And I put that in a basket instead of having pre-bought a basket, which you get those discounts to do so. They're still really expensive, a couple $100.
Mhm.
So doing it yourself, it's much cheaper. And
And
making
it's
it,
so fun.
yeah, right. And get your nieces and nephews involved, right? If you're gonna
Yeah.
make something, especially if it's like a sweet treat, or giving them the recipe. So that's one of the things I like to do is also I'll make something and then I give them the actual ingredients so they can make it themselves, especially if they liked it in the past.
Yeah, I've done that for when I go to conventions. So I do a lot of insurance conventions, and one of the things we do is like a nice bottle of wine or sparkling rosé giveaway. And I'll go to Michael's the week before the convention. First, I'll go to Target or Bevmo or Costco and buy the bottles, and then I'll go to Michael's and get the cellophane basket bag and a bunch of like really cool string confetti and all this fun stuff. And I put it together like the night before. My mom and I, she always helps me every year, we put these things together, we have an evening of it, and it's so much fun. It's so like not expensive. Like if you do that for your business and you have clients and you can't really afford buying, all this like over the top stuff, make it. Like
Yes.
I mean, obviously if you have hundreds of clients and you want to reach out, then you got to figure something out. You gotta look at your overhead if you don't have money for that. But,
Yeah.
if it's a smaller thing, or, you just want, or you have some VIP customers, honestly, the personal touch is really underrated. Everyone likes a personal touch. And
Absolutely.
it's not that it's gonna look janky, like, spend some time on it, and it can look just as beautiful as it would at the store, or as it does
Exactly.
at the store.
And think practicality, like I think oftentimes people always think, oh, give them a gift that they wouldn't give them themselves. I'm like, yes and no. I like getting things that I know I need, and I do friends, they know that they'll get something that they can use, that it's not going to be like, oh, a re-gift, right? And just like you just said, putting a basket together on like stuff that that they use already, and just adding the extra Christmas flair. Like I just got some cute spatulas with the Christmas decor on it.
Yeah,
So those little things are fun touches that they can hopefully use all year round, not just for Christmas.
yeah.
Because we all get those. Sometimes we get those really cute gifts, but it's like, great, I can only use it for a week, and then it's gonna go into
Totally.
the box.
And I lucked out that I have a really good friend that works for Goodwill, like on the corporate level. So she actually is in charge of like stocking and retail. So for like we were invited to a Halloween party literally the first week of October. I was like, what is so early? And I was like, what am I gonna wear? And I just looked through my closet I was like, what can I do with my closet? And I saw this like old, beautiful like jumpsuit with lace and all gorgeous that has a tear on on the arm that the dry cleaners messed up. And I was like, what am I gonna do with this thing? And then suddenly boom, I could be a witch, a vampire, a blah, 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 blah. And because she works at Goodwill, she's like, I have so many sample masks. You can have them all. So I was like, I don't want them all because I don't want the clutter. Give me two. So, like, ask around because people
Yeah.
have so much, like you said, the swapping of decor and all that. People have a lot of stuff that accumulates in their garage, and
And
they'll give it to you for free.
it's expensive. One of my girlfriends, she's so cute. Her first daughter, they had the cutest little I'm going blank. Angelica, you're listening if you are. It's the Ghostbusters little marshmallow dude. I'm just
Oh
going
yeah, the
um,
Marshmallow Man or the
well,
Michelin Man from
the
the tires.
Michelin, thank you, the Michelin Man. And it was handmade by her mother-in-law's the cutest outfit for her baby at the time, who's now 11 years old. But that costume has been handed down and passed on to so many people because they're like, that's the cutest costume. And it's just that, just asking like, hey, do you still have that costume?
Yeah,
Any chance I could use it or buy it from you or whatever. And chances are they'll give it to you. You could swap and just say, I want to keep it in the family. Just give it back once you're done. Why, even for your pets. Hello, I bought two cute outfits for my dogs. She only wears it and then hates. Um, One's like a taco. I forgot what the other one is, but I got them for like a couple bucks after Halloween when they would have cost easily $30. So, there's ways that you could find, you could be thrifty. Same thing with candy, like buy the big bulk. I like that. No plug for Costco, but Costco has like the 100 good type of candy in a bucket, as opposed to if you go to certain dollar stores, you're only going to buy, if you buy that same brand, it's going to be more expensive actually, because it's only like 5 bars for $1 or something, as opposed to that 100. But the trick is you do have to buy it, probably in September as opposed to October, because those buckets go quick.
yeah,
And then
that's true.
you spend
And
some
I don't
money.
know if you know, Natalie, but if anybody listening knows, there are these Target surplus stores. Have you heard of them?
Oh, no, I have
So
not.
apparently, just like Pottery Barn, and Restoration Hardware do, they'll have like an outlet of stuff that didn't sell or it's displayed. But so Target apparently has that as well. It's something like a
Ooh.
Target surplus store, a Target salvage store. I don't remember. So whoever is listening, if you have the lowdown on this, please share the information because what I was seeing is that you can get things that were like 75 bucks for like 20 bucks, because it's just stuff that they're not going to sell. They have to get rid of it. Or maybe there's a little mark on it or something.
Oh yeah, the Restore Habitat for Humanity. They have like decorations, anything that for the home, and yeah, you'll find those deeply discounted throughout the year. And so even after, you're gonna find some great deals. So you're right. It's kind of finding those things that I'm the type of person when I look at something in the store and I'm like, okay, that costs $50 now. Chances are it's going to be 75% off in a couple weeks,
Hmm.
especially, a few days after the holiday. Granted, you might use the chance that it might not be there anymore, but it's worth it. And then let's think about clutter too. Like if you're holiday shopping,
Yeah.
right? We don't want to have so much clutter. Try to find things that you might like, but then you can give to someone else or donate. Because yeah, unless you have the real storage for it, I try to swipe it up once in a while. I'm like, okay, I'll keep certain things that are meant, maybe given to me or something like a special value. But it's finding ways to how to save. And little I that I always have is when I buy some of those things after the holiday, I forget I have them. And so when I go to that box, like I just recently did for my fall stuff, I forgot I had bought this new stuff that only cost like a couple bucks, which would have been like 50 bucks. Taking them out, and I'm like, oh, I had bought this. This is awesome. So I don't have to go to the store and feel inclined to buy, a new decoration, because chances I already bought something new that I had no idea I forgot I had.
Yeah. I think it really is about getting out of the habit of spending every year just because that's what people do. You just break the habit because you already have the stuff in your house, probably.
Yeah, get the kids involved, give them something to do. It's fun, and activities don't have to be expensive. I know a lot of people are trying to go to amusement parks right now for the, Halloween or for whatever holiday coming up.
So pricey.
But they're so expensive. They're not considering the food, the travel, the gas, the time, the day off that they might have to take vacation. It's like, what, do something at home. Have them make candy apples together, have them carve pumpkins. We just did that the other day with my niece, with my godson
It's
and
so fun.
yeah, it's fun.
And
And
there's a lot of free
they
stuff,
love it.
like a lot of parks, like the Descanso Park Gardens, and or it's a minimal fee that they have. It's not so
Mhm.
intense. I also think that for individuals that have parents, because I look at my nieces and I know my brother and his wife, like they want to give them everything, and luckily they can, but at the same time, like God forbid, but what if it's not always like that? So take off that pressure from yourself, because I think like if you are a less pressured human being, that leaves space for so much creativity to do things with your kids, and the financial stress of just like keeping up with, the Joneses, as they used to say,
Yeah.
it's not worth it.
No, not at all. And I think there is that pressure, not just internally, but yeah, so like, oh, I have to do what everyone else is doing. And it's like, well, try to figure out ways to get them involved, get yourself involved, and just like, okay, let's think of a really fun way to create our own costumes, or a fun way to, like you said, find a pumpkin patch place or somewhere it's going to be minimum fee, and do a picnic, go to, pick an apple, whatever it is. Get them hard in California, so it's kind of, unless you're in the woods like you are, we don't necessarily feel the fall change as opposed to other places in the
Or
country.
take a drive. Exactly. Take a drive up into the mountains, and the villages in different mountain areas will have some kind of holiday spectacle, and usually it's free. You just
Yeah.
walk around and look at all the cool stuff. So,
Yeah, kids are fun and pretty easy to entertain if you get creative. So,
mhm.
for those that are out there, I hope you're having a fun and safe holiday season, but making sure that you are figuring out what your list is, right? So the three lists that you got to make is a make, bake, or buy, and what is it that you're going to use to stay within budget. Make a budget too. Please make a budget. I hear people like, oh, I don't really know how much I'm going to spend. And it's like, no, you should have one. If it's gone by the end of whatever your list is, that's it for you. You don't want to start off the year with debt.
That is, I mean, no better way to end that. Thanks for listening, everyone, and please send us your tips. We want to hear from you. Thank you, and please make sure to subscribe and leave your comments and reviews. To learn more about the podcast, check out the website and Instagram, Financially Savvy in 20 Minutes, and watch interviews on YouTube and IGTV. To become a sponsor or hire us for your next workshop or speaking engagement, please visit financiallysavvyin20minutes.com. All it takes is 20 minutes daily to become financially savvy. Music by Nikki and produced by Robert DeLude.